but it's gonna be a good time, man. So we know that Future came out and all of that type of stuff. We feel like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are already gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, honestly, bro, if you heard one Future album, you heard them all. Let's keep it a buck. So we want to like try to highlight some artists that you might not have heard of. So eat ass every day, show me that left lip. No, I am not doing that at all, sir. That is completely out of pocket. I can't believe that you just requested that.
Excuse me?
At least without sending a cash app. How dare you, sir?
Cash
yeah,
app
man, we about to go
dollars
ahead and get started. So go ahead and download that album. Pull up on us. It's a YouTube page, youtube.com/to hear more. And we're going to get started, man. All right. Talk to y'all in a minute. Peace. Tony Baker's trash, bro.
Oh yeah, bro, he's the worst.
Give me that. I think he might have just pulled up now. Nope, that wasn't him. Tony Baker's trash. All right, I'm here to say it.
Go on record, man.
He's always late, you know. He acted like he didn't know what was going on. He knew what was going on. I sent him a link. Tony Baker is trash, guys. For everybody listening, let him know. I'm sick of him. I'm excited about this DEANT HITCHCOCK, man. I'm a fan.
Me too. He's a cool kid too, man. Like you could tell he's just like he's like really content and he's like really grateful right now.
Yeah, man. I rock with that.
And he's also in like one of the most fired circles out of Atlanta music wise, man. Like to have Jid Black.
Yeah. I was excited to see Jid was on the album, so I'm looking forward to that track right there.
Yeah, man. Should be dope.
Okay. I just hit Tony. He didn't respond. He was just in a group chat though.
Yeah, man. He's talking about how trash Future is.
Tony was just in the group chat 30 minutes ago, posted 30 minutes ago, and is late to this. Well, shout out to everybody that's already here.
We live?
We live, bro.
Oh, man. What's up, guys?
They've been speaking to you the whole time.
I feel trash. Hold on, let me pull up the comments. I thought we were waiting.
Yeah, no, we live, Tony, man. Because I mean, we gotta start without Tony. We just gotta start without Tony, man.
Yeah, man, Tony's out of here, bro.
I'm sick of it, bro. What's up, CJ? What's up, Janaja? Fun size, what's going on with you? Oh, now Tony Baker wants to come.
Well, who the hell?
Yeah. Bring your late ass in here, Tony Baker.
Anthony Baker.
Anthony Charles Baker.
Tony. Well, don't we just be coming in here snacking like nothing's wrong?
Oh man, come on, you know what I'm saying?
No, come on. You weren't anywhere. You weren't out the house. You were just in the group chat and you still came late, Tony.
Well, you know, I was out the house in the group chat.
You trash, Tony. You trash.
You just trash.
Do you have the album already loaded up?
Here we go. All right. I can just play it from my Apple Music, right?
Yeah, but you'll need your headphones on.
Okay. Beyonce. I haven't listened to the album yet.
Okay, good. You get a real response from it. What's up, Mara? Miara's in the house. Latoya's in the house. Brandon, what's going on? Super Kid. I tagged DeAnte just to see if he was gonna pull up. I mean, I figured he wouldn't, but you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Never know, man. He might not be doing anything.
Yeah, man. He might not be doing nothing. And I mean, like this is your listening party. He ain't got to say nothing. He could be here.
He could be.
Can you send me the link to this? I can throw it up in my Patreon.
Okay.
Tone, you got Apple TV?
I don't.
All right, never mind then, man.
I do.
What's up with Apple TV? My brother sent me a text. He was like, "You got Apple TV?" And I was like, "Nah." And then he just disappeared. I'm like,
That's hilarious.
That's
Yeah, I'm not gonna add any context either, bro. I'm just gonna disappear the conversation.
I'm sick of it.
So I have a qualm with Apple now, man. They removed HBO Now, the whole app, off of second and third generation Apple TVs. So now I got to get a new one if I want to watch HBO Now on my.
Bro, they so weak for that.
That's the most Apple thing they've ever done, bro. And I go hard for Apple.
I just sent it to your email, Tone.
Okay.
Got to cop a whole new things because it's.
I just got mine too, Josh. I got it in February, but I didn't even plug the Apple TV up until April.
Yeah, I've been actively on it since quarantine. But I mean, did you get the 4K one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna cop that one, bro. Just because I have a 4K TV, but literally nothing that I own puts out a 4K picture. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah. All right, so we got about 120 people in here, man. Happy Friday to everybody. What's up, Brandon? Simply Bree, what's going on? What's going on? T. Lawrence, Black Nostalgia's in the building, man. So DeANT Hitchcock is a artist that I'm familiar with. I first got familiar with him from another project. What was the name of that other project, bro? Let me see.
The Dreamers joint?
No. The what was it? Yeah, it was like just the little EP he had. I think it was.
Let me look at his page. Just a sample?
The So Much for Good Luck.
Okay.
He had a track on there with Gold Link, and that joint was fire. And then they're thinking about
Wide Open?
Yeah, Wide Open. Yeah, that joint right there. So this is the project that I first got hip to DeANT Hitchcock on. So if you get a chance to check this out, just as like some preview context, check that out. It's a really good project. My two favorite tracks are Wide Open with Gold Link and what's the other one? Thinking About You. Fire tracks. Can't go wrong with those. Those are two of my favorite projects. Two favorite songs off that project. So this project, I'm really excited about the JID song. What else we got? I'm excited about the JID song. I'm excited about
Yo, how do you say black? Is it black or like with the 6 as the first letter? Is that supposed to be black?
It's supposed to be a B, yeah.
Yeah, the 6 is a B.
I see what he did there.
You just not getting that, Tom?
I mean, I never said it out loud.
Sorry, man. You're my friends here and whoever else is watching.
That High TF, How the Fuck track with Black, that was like the lead single, I feel like, and that joint was fire. So I'm looking forward to, yeah, right now just the JID track. I think that's gonna be my favorite track right there. Yeah.
You just guessing or you heard this?
I'm just guessing. I didn't listen to it. Yeah, man. So Josh, you got any predictions?
In general?
Yeah, man. What you thinking about it?
You know what? I'm excited for it just because when he gets in his storytelling bag, it's pretty dope. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like you said, I'm not necessarily expecting that on every single piece. I hope that we can because I don't really know too much about him right now. Mm-hmm. And I hope that there's a little bit of that navigated through this.
Okay.
But I'm excited. I mean, I heard the How TF record.
Yeah, that's a good record.
Black did his thing like he normally does. So I'm excited about the Young Nudie record too. He's on the 3rd track.
Yeah.
And of course the JID record.
Yeah,
Shouts
for
to
sure.
Dreamville. But Flashback should be interesting though. I see Miguel. I also see somebody else on there too.
Tony, you're not familiar with Deontay at all, right? So this is
Yeah,
gonna be completely
I'm coming in fresh. The only thing I looked him up a little bit last night. I know him from just rapping in the car on social media. Like people reposted him a couple times. So I was like, oh, that's that dude. Because that's all I know him for, is sitting in the car rapping.
Okay.
So
Tony, you're a guest host. We have a rating scale that we do after each song. We give each song a rating from 1 to 5. And then after it's all done, we give the whole album a 1 to 5 track. And this was actually only 39 minutes long, so it shouldn't take that long to get through it. Excited about it because like I feel like the other projects were kind of building up to this. So I'm excited to see his growth and everything for that. But I like the fact that we got Tony on here because Tony is a hard ass. Tony don't just be giving up any points, man. So Tony's gonna be completely unbiased because he's never heard the artist at all. So I'm looking forward to this. So let's go ahead and get it cracking, man. Hope you guys got it all queued up, man. We're gonna get started with the first track. It's called Remember.
I remember.
And Tony, when you start playing it, go ahead and mute your Zoom so we make sure that nothing comes through and we don't get any strikes. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it off with the first track. It's called I Remember. And yeah, let's get into it.
Do y'all stop after each song?
Yes, we do, Tony Baker. We do stop after each song.
All right, so first track, man. How y'all feeling? Who want to kick this off? Josh, why don't you kick it off then, Tony?
I enjoyed the little intro piece, man. You know, it wasn't anything crazy, but I love the beat. I love the little vibe. That bass line gave me a little Nipsey Hussle Sonic type of connection. But yeah, man, I enjoyed it. I love how I didn't try and do too much on that intro track though.
Yeah, I get that. Tony, you got any feelings toward it?
I like his cadence on the flow, the way he was rapping, and the stuff he was rapping about was mad relatable, man.
Mm-hmm.
The young light pockets, the gas gauge, the feeling guilty about not getting a degree,
man.
You know,
being afraid to check your bank account.
Oh man, scared to look.
Cause you already know, you already be knowing what that bank account look. You just like hoping something didn't go through.
Yeah, man. I felt that in my bones. I was like, yo. And I just like how he introed the album like that, like mad personal.
Yeah.
Like, putting it out there. And that's the kind of rap I gravitate towards. So
sure. So obviously, Tone, we're doing 1 out of 5. Why am I getting feedback? Let me see what's going on while I'm getting this feedback real quick.
Is it the iPod?
I thought I didn't cue the audio on the iPad, so I don't know. I mean the iPod, so I don't know why I would, but let me go ahead and join the audio, and then I will mute it. All right, so it's muted now. Okay, so I think we should be good now. Tone, we obviously do the rating system 1 out of 5. So based on that alone, I think that you get that, 5 is the highest, and 5 is like that classic rating. So that's kind of what we go with on that. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking like probably like 3.5, 4 for the first track.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Josh?
Give it a 3.5.
Yeah. I think we all kind of landed on that. Everybody in the comments has been putting 3.5, 4, or 3. So I think we're all in unison on our feelings on that. Like it was a solid track, great way to open up the album. But it's also a solid starting on the album as well. So let's just keep it moving, man. Let's get in and go on to the second track. And second track is, where'd it go?
JID.
Yeah, this is one with the J. Josh, you want to lead this one in?
What you mean?
You just do the countdown and tell us a little bit about the track, or what you?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, Deontay and Jid kind of knew each other. Not kind of knew each other. They're both, I believe, they're both from Atlanta, or just the Georgia circle. They've kind of come up together. You'll also see that relation in that same circle with Black coming up in a little bit as well. But yeah, man, this record's called I Got Money Now featuring Jid, which it's always interesting to see if Jid's going to be barring out or if he's going to have a little softer side and be singing. But I've heard this record, so I know which direction it's going. But I'm excited for it. I Got Money Now featuring Jid.
Right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm feeling that.
Smacker.
Yeah, man. What you think, Tom?
I like that track, man. It was it had the bop to it, the nice little children's choir sample in the back. So it puts you in the mind of like, you know, your childhood, summertime, just like a bopping through the street type joint.
Yeah.
Top down kind of. I got money now. It's kind of.
I got my it changing. It's such a hard turn from the first one as far as like the verbiage in there. And I see that a lot of people are giving it right now. They're giving it 4.5s for Visionary, Simply Breed, JoJo, Tiff giving it a 4. I rock with that, bro. I like that one too. I thought it was great, and I think JID did exactly what we expected him to do. He came on the track. JID is like the lyrical Drake. Like he comes on the track, railroads it, and always leaves a stellar verse in this path. Like I really rock with that. So, and that's not to slight Deontay, because Deontay definitely did his thing on that too. Definitely did his thing on that too. But JID was just, you know how we feel about that. It's good when features do exactly. Yeah, I like what features do. Features do exactly what they're supposed to. When we were listening to the Kalani last week, and I talked about the Tory Lanez track, I feel like he didn't bring exactly what he could have brought to that track, but it was still good. It's just like I like when a feature really makes a song better, and I feel like that's what JID did in that. Josh, what you got?
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. I'm a big Jid fan. Like I said, even to kind of preface it, like when you see Jid as a feature, you don't really know, kind of to what you were saying to hear, like you don't really know which direction you could go, especially with like that Drake comparison, because one of his favorite records of mine was off the Never Story. It was Hereditary, and that he kind of like stepped back out of like the I'm gonna just rap hard, but also I'm gonna show you like this little melody that I could drop in and a little bit of range too. But yeah, like he came in, he delivered. He didn't try and do too much. He didn't try to like overshadow by any means, but he definitely like did his shit thing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, man, I'm rocking with that. So the next track that we got to go to is Attitude, and that's the one with Young Nudie. Jock, you're looking forward to this one, right? You're a Young Nudie fan?
I enjoyed Young Nudie. I don't know too much about him other than like the few features that I heard from him, and like he was on the Dreamers joint as well. But I'm excited to hear more from him.
Okay.
Oh, cool. And I give that track a 4.
Oh yeah, I gave that one a 4 as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely doing the same thing. I'm definitely going 4 with that one. Yeah, hard solid. 4. It's a solid 4.
Solid, man. Robust 4.
You know, bold 4, man. Bold lettering with a little drop shadow behind it.
Yeah, man. Confident.
Drop shadow. All right, man. We're gonna get into this next track, man. This one's called Attitude with Young Nudie, and we get to start it in 3, 2, 1. All right. What up, though, man? How y'all feeling about that one?
Young Nudi's hard, bro.
I like Young Nudie just because he got that different style. That different style. Like when he had that track. What was the track? He's like, look how that motherfucker shoot. Look how that motherfucker hanging out. that track right there, like blah 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 blah. Well, that was my introduction to Young Nudie. I was like, I like this guy. I don't know why. Like it's not a super like lyrical flow or nothing. It just seems like he's having a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that. Like, man, do your thing, man. I did like it kind of felt like it had an old 3 6 Mafia beat, like that sample that.
Even with like the little vocals in the background too.
Yeah, we ain't scared. That's like some tear the club up type shit right there. So I was rocking with that one. It was solid. I would give it probably a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a solid 3 for me. You know, I don't want to oversell it. It's a good song. I don't know if it would be something that as soon as I got in the car, that's the first track I got to play off the album. But if I was playing it on shuffle and it rolled into that track, I would let it roll out.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 3.5. Solid, you know. Because that is like, I mean, that is a song that you could like ride to or whatever, you know. That's windows down, summertime. I'm just gonna go to the store real quick. Not too far, but you know, just enough to kind of like knock some errands out, then come back immediately, figure out whatever's next. I'm gonna give it a solid 3.5 though.
I liked it. I liked the fact that they did throw in that old school West Coast. That was a nice little throwback right there. So it felt good. And I could tell this song would knock in the whip.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, when you do go to the 7-Eleven, you excited to go. You pumped up to go in there and get some batteries real quick. But I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 because it was just a straight, you know, talking slick banger right there.
That's the thing though. Like, here's the thing though. I like it. Like I gave it a 3, but honestly, if I had heard this like in an old school with like the 12s in the back and some solid 6x9s and stuff like that, I might have felt different about it because like the environment that you listen to in music also makes it different as well. Like in the car in the old school, when that shit, you hear that bass, you're like, oh yeah, this is the joint I ride out to, and then it might switch to the go-to song. But like just listen to off that, like I had to give it that 3.
I can't really fully give a complete review of an album until I listen to it in the car.
Yeah, that's true. That's solid.
The car test, bro. That car test, because then you feel if it knocks different or not, man.
Yeah, man.
I feel that. So I respect that.
Yeah, car is everything.
It really is. All right, so Wolf the guy just came in. He's asking what track we're on right now. Wolf, we about to go to the lead single off of this album called How the Fuck, featuring Black. It's one of my favorite tracks from DEANT Hitchcock. Really, this if you guys follow me on Spotify and Apple Music, you see I've seen this song on probably 2 to 3 different playlists, because I just really rock with this song. So we're about to get this one started in 3, 2, 1. Y'all ready?
All right.
Josh, you ready?
Ah, yeah.
First off, shout out to everybody that comes over from like Instagram, Twitter, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up. I see Marie Millen in there. I know her from Instagram. She's a poet, lots of poetry and stuff, man. I appreciate y'all. I know this ain't a show where everybody roasting each other. We really just like diving into music, man. So I appreciate y'all rocking with this one. Man, I'll go first, but I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. This is my 4.5. This is that one that's I would give a 5 if the album was all the way to 5, but this is definitely my 4.5. I will always go to this song if I get in the mood to hear Deontay Hitchcock. It's 3 songs that I will always go to. This one, Wide Open, and Think About You. Those 3 are my go-to joints. So this track is amazing for me, man. I love it.
I liked it. It was smooth. It was laid back. It was like, all right, man, we talking about women now. Let's lay down. Let's lay the seat back. Reminisce. You know when dudes talk about the situation they dealing with a chick, and then they just look off into the sky, good or bad. They just like, man, this girl. Every time a dude tells you a story about a chick, he's like, man, bruh, and then they look off into the sky. Every time. They're like, what happened with Shorty last night? They look off into either one of these 2 corners. So I feel like that's what the track gave me. It was smooth, laid back. It didn't blow me away or nothing like that. I did like the chorus and how they constructed that chorus, and it's very like I can still hear it playing back right now. So I dug it. I'm leaning towards like a 3.5 tough, but it has the potential. I can tell it has the potential to grow on me. But just on first listen, it was just like, this is cool right here. So yeah. 3.5.
Okay. Man, I think that just goes to show how tough a critic Tone is, man.
Real talk.
I'm with you on this, man. I'm gonna give this one a 4.5, actually, 4.5. The quotables in this, man, and it's like specifically in Black's verse too. Like Deontay definitely had his, bro, but like when Black said, "Last thing I'm trying to do is work on me while hurting you," like, and then probably robbed you for your feelings because my ex made me a crook. I was just like, oh, bro, man. That's past traumas, bro. I felt that. I was like,
That's one thing that Marie Millen has said. She loves when men are in their feelings. I can appreciate a rapper who is not afraid to bear his all on a track like that. Like, I think that's one of the reasons Drake is so popular with everybody, even like hood dudes, because like on Marvin's Room, like I said before, to bear your all on a track like that and admit that you get jealous, admit that you don't like the new guy because, you know, that's your old flame or whatever. So I like that Deontay and Black both bared a lot on that one.
For sure.
Yeah, that was a dope track right there. And shout out to Miss Chanel and somebody else that was like, she wanted to shout out. Shushan. I don't know how to say it. It's Shushan. Shushan. It's all out. Shushan. I'm gonna just say it like that. Shout out to Shushan.
You gave it a shot, man. I'm surprised you got that far, bro. her name could be Sean after all those letters you tried to throw together.
Man, it could be Michael. No one to hear.
It's Mikkel.
Screw you, Tony Baker. To everybody that just topped in, we are doing another silent listening party right now. It's the best silent listening party. We just finished up the track with Black, called How the Fuck, and now we're about to go on to Flashbacks with Miguel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna start it in 3, 2, 1. So, Tony, did you think Miguel nailed it?
Manal or whatever.
Manil.
Manal. I didn't even know I did it till somebody pointed it out. I was like, oh.
Malay.
I called it too. I was like, oh, Tony fumbling? Who was Manel, Tony Baker?
Look like minute in French or something. Portuguese.
Hey.
That's mad funny. You know what? That I can see why it was called Flashbacks, because it was a flashback to the 90s hip hop, late 90s, early 2000s, Slum Village, Jay Dilla-ish, you know, vibe with the super smooth R&B hook. That was right up my alley.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was super smooth. I didn't like the beat change at the end.
Yeah,
I felt like
I was about to say that.
Yeah. I could have dealt without the beat change, but it, you know, overall still a good song. One thing I feel like we haven't done thus far, and it's crazy that it took us to get to the 6th track to kind of point this out. DEANT HITCHCOCK's wordplay is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He has, like, he said something in that song about my mama said you can't put a price on faith, but this is the house of the Lord. How can we not get it a praise? And I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Then he said this other part is like, I do believe in God, but it's odd even when. I was just like, how he put the odd and then even right after that, like, and it still made it flow well. I was like, hey, this boy, he had a nice pen, bro. So we haven't really talked about his wordplay, but I think the boy is a lyricist. And that beat, thus far, we haven't had a lot of like trap beats where it's like a whole lot going on. I appreciate any artist that doesn't need the beat to live. They enhance the beat or the beat enhances them. Like there are a lot of rap songs out that they're just the beat. Like without that beat, you would see how trash they really are.
Like
and
Future,
I think
like Future's whole catalog. But keep going.
You have a personal vendetta against this man.
He ruins every track, even his own. Yo, I don't get the appeal.
Give me my Grammy.
I do not get the appeal of Future. I just don't.
I get it though. I get it, Tone. But yeah, I think DEANT is really talented in doing more with less, and I appreciate that. I would give this track. I would give this track a 3 too. I would give this track a 3.
I'm gonna give this one a 3.5. And I mean, it didn't need that the beat switch up at the end. I think it would have been a dope little interlude piece. Mm-hmm. You know, even if it just felt unfinished, whether that section of that beat switch happened or not. But like, if that wasn't a part of it, I probably would have given it a 4. Because I mean, I really like how you said his pen is kind of dope with his wordplay, but he's also showing like that transparency on like his realness on I think one of the quotables that stuck out was when he said, one day eventually things will change. Maybe something beautiful can rise and thrive from all that pain. So RIP when he's talking about when his boy Devontae got shot or something like that. But like those are those little moments of like, okay, we're starting to figure out like a little bit about his past and whatnot. And I like when those are stitched into an album that has some standout records as well, because you do still see like, okay, I'm not just gonna go just for hits. Mm-hmm. Even with a Miguel feature, like I feel like for him to present this record to Miguel, it could have easily been something more on the R&B tip that could have been a smash record, you know? So I think him kind of pairing that, I'm gonna stand out and kind of give this one a little 4, just because I wanted.
Whoa, it went from a 3.5 to a 4, Josh?
I think I said 4, didn't I?
No, you said 3.5. When you started, you said
all right.
I remember you said 3.5 because I thought I was thinking that I would have gave it a 3.5 had it not been for the switch up. I could have did without that.
I think what I meant was I was going to give it a 4 without the switch up as well, just because like I feel like that section, at least sonically, it wasn't needed, because I feel like it could have done its own justice as like a little interlude piece. But so I'll go with my original statement, give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 as well.
Okay.
3.5.
All right.
Because the vibe was there. The vibe was there.
The vibe is there for sure.
Next song is Give Me Your Money. And I actually heard this one last night because I was like, I wonder what this one's like. When I saw it, I immediately thought about ODB. But it's nothing like that. So I'm just gonna let you know that out the gate. So let's go ahead and get that one started in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. I did tell y'all that one was not gonna be like what we expected.
I mean, the song fits the title and the way it's spelled.
Yeah.
Give me your money.
Uh-huh.
The track matches that.
Yeah.
You know on brand. It's on brand with the title.
Yeah.
I feel like if he had the right person doing it versus it sounding like it's 2 or 3 girls doing the chorus, and if that chorus was just a little shorter in the beginning, if it had just went in there, because the flow was still there. The flow was still there. And I like that he sampled that T.I. song. Damn, I can't remember the name of it, but that's a T.I. song that he sampled that beat from. So yeah, man, but the flow was so good. I still was kind of like grooving with it a little bit. And then I saw somebody was like, I'm from Memphis, so I'm used to this ratchetness. And I was like, yeah, this dude kind of put me in the mood of like some Memphis, Atlanta type shit. It sounded like some shake joint shit, but yeah, I just wasn't a fan of the chorus. Like, I feel like and the crazy thing is, I feel like if he had Meg Thee Stallion doing it, and that's funny, somebody just said that. If Meg Thee Stallion was on there, I feel like it would have been great. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not great, it would have been better. If you just have like one noticeable voice, but you sound like you just got like 3 chicks in the back just kind of yelling, and you just like, oh, shut up. I'm not giving you my money. Shut up. No, take this McDonald's and go. Your
Please.
here.
I got a coupon. Just take it.
The 20 pieces on sale for $5, Trick. Get out of here.
That's what it was. That song called Do It. Shout out to Miss R Dub. She got it. Yeah. Do it. But yeah, that was this joint. So I like
do it. Yeah.
I like the throwback in a homage to T.I.
I mean, you could tell this song was like, all right, let me do something that could be played in the strip club. You could tell that was the motivation here. something that could be popping in these strip clubs. And every rapper needs a good ratchet strip club song. So I get it, but it ain't for me, man. Like, you know, the chicks ruined the song. And because it just sounded like any hood chick USA in the back. Three of them, you know, bullet wounds in the hips, maybe a cigarette burn on the shoulder, and just out here smelling like perm.
Hey, chicks really do be smelling like perm when they leave the hairdresser, bro.
And they smelling like perm. And so his flow cool though. His flow was cool. Like when he was rapping, he was the best part of the song.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The women were just over the joint, ruining it. So
I agree.
Get this track a hot.
You froze up, Tone.
Man.
Well, Tone tries to get that to
go man. Ahead. So I'm gonna give this a solid 2.5. It's not for me. I could see this record placing somewhere that might fit for him, like maybe just like a little Lucy Pack, something that kind of just turns the vibe up. But like this, if this is like a debut album piece, I don't know if this necessarily fits perfectly for that, you know. I'm sure there was reason for it. The intro was the girls talking about I'm done with the love songs or whatever, you know, so you kind of hear that transition to wherever direction the rest of the album might be going. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give it a solid 3.5. Definitely is a strip club anthem. I can imagine eating some wings to this somewhere.
3.5, John?
2.5. I'm tripping on my numbering, man. Yeah. I'm sorry. Thanks for correcting me on that. 2.5, correct. I was thinking about the wings. The wings edition might bring it up to a 3, maybe, not necessarily anything further.
Yeah.
But 2.5 though.
Yeah, I'm only giving it a 2.5 because of Deontay's flow. If it was somebody else on there, like I wouldn't be able to do it. You know, like it was too much for me. So yeah, 2.5 for me as well. No, shout out to Valerie. She's like, she said it was whack, but don't say nothing if you see her dancing to it on another day.
Hilarious. Mind your business.
Right. That's how it be though. Like you're like, I ain't really rocking with that. And then you come back to the song, you be like, hey, okay, I kind of rock with this. I kind of rock with it. So
here's in the back, just
hey, throwing fake counterfeit money I just took from the liquor store. So let's go on to this next track. It's called Circles. I don't know much about this track because, like I said, I only listened to one track. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one started. Get it started in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we back.
Yeah, man. So what y'all think, man?
I thought it was cool. I give that one 3.5. Wasn't a fan of the course.
Yeah.
Kind of felt like it wasn't finished, or maybe they had somebody in mind for the course, but it didn't come through. Something, I don't know. It just felt insufficient for me, at least, to be like a full complete. But I love what he was talking about. You're really hearing like his storytelling.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of that, period. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
I appreciate that. I probably would give it. I'm stuck between that 2.5 and a 3. Only because I feel like that song had the possibility to be a 3.5, 4. Like, because the flow was official, the wordplay was there, the storytelling was there. He's always talking about something. That's what's keeping Deontay in the realm for me of the higher numbers, is because he is talking about something. It's not just up there talking about, yeah, my rims is this big and I got a Glock on my side, put that shit to your head. Like, it's not that. He's literally putting substance into it. It's always one element, like that chorus. If that chorus was something different, like, I get the round around we go, but I feel like he could have round around we go every other yo or something like that. That really, that instead of just a repeat, that's what was throwing me off for it, the chorus right there.
Yeah, I agree, man. That chorus for me was big trash. But I really like that beat though. The beat was just like, it was simple, it was knocking.
Mm-hmm.
You got any type of good system, you're gonna be like, man, this right here. And his flow was dope. And like Tahir said, he's talking about something. He puts me in the mind of like, that's what I liked about Nipsey Hussle. He was always talking about something in every time he was rapping. But man, that chorus, man, I was just like, all right, it was just like, it brought the track down. It was just like, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm in that 2.5. No. I'm gonna give it a 3. Because 2.5 is too close to give me your money. Since I gave that a 2. It's really better than give me money.
Yeah, that's true. I give it that.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
And Orlando Lopez says, Tahir's always talking about the flow. What's his flow? He has when I talk about the flow and the wordplay are different. So the flow is the way a person rides the track, the way that they manipulate the track, bend it to their will, and it's not like they're a slave to the track. Some
like
people
Biggie had his pocket with the flow.
Oh, yeah.
He was probably like one of the dopest flows ever to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the flow is just another way of saying his cadence. Like his cadence on that track was just really good. He rolled the beat really well. He found his pockets to really shine. He didn't do too much to destroy it, but he did enough to make you appreciate the beat, but you also that didn't take away from his flow at all. So that's what I mean about his flow, Orlando. But yeah, and his cadence. I think it's dope. Shout out to everybody that's still rocking with us thus far, man. We're gonna keep it moving. Next track we are going to is this was, well, it says Shadow Man's Interlude, but
how long is it?
It's 3 minutes and 10 seconds, so I guess it's a song.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get it going in 3, 2, 1. All right.
Yeah.
Bars.
Yo,
Bars.
He went crazy on that. He went crazy on that.
That was Ted Danson, Woody Harrelson. Cheers, man. That was bars.
Man. Absolutely. The only thing is, I can always do.
I know what you're gonna say.
Give it to me separately. Let me skip the joke. Now here's the saving grace, because I was already like, oh, this song a 4, right? And then he kept going. I was like 4.5, and he kept going. I was like, oh, I got to get this one a 5. I'm glad he has one song on there that's a 5. And then the story came on. I was like, here we go, back to a 4. But the only thing that will still make me say it's a 4.5 instead of a 5, because I would never give something that's a 5 that's that dope and then has something on the end. The only reason I would give it a 4.5 instead of the 4, is because I actually laughed at it. Like, I actually laughed when he said, man, fuck that shit. Let's call it a tow truck. I giggled. It was a funny joke.
Clever. It was clever.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like, I wanted that to be that 5 so much, because this is something, had it been separate, I would put this on repeat when I'm in the gym, when I'm trying to get something done. Like, this is that song where it's like,
it's that dreams and nightmares build up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But and I was waiting for that kick to come in, man.
Yes.
For that. Keep going, man. I'm gonna let you finish.
That's what I felt with it. I agree, Josh. But again, I'm such a big fan of Minimalist. Like, he did wonders with that track, with literally just a bass line in that. That bass line, and then that little humming sound, bro, and just rap circles around 70% of the rappers that are in the game right now. I mean, just effortlessly. It was amazing flow. But I'm sorry, Josh, go ahead.
Oh no, man. I was just like, you get that energy building up, like you're waiting for it to finally just pop off, and then it falls off, and then you hear the talking piece. I'm gonna give it a solid 4. That's that type of rap that I was expecting out of the intro. I said it in the comments.
Yeah.
Also, I know it's a little preliminary, but that reminded me of dang, I looked it up. What's that called? It was the Buried Alive intro off of Take Care, when Kendrick got off in his little pocket and then like just did his thing. I don't know if you guys remember that song or not, but that's that type of interlude that it reminded me of, like, of what an interlude is when I think of when it comes to mind. Just like a track that somebody just comes in. It's not a full song sonic wise, in terms of like, there's not like a chorus to it. There's not a bunch of drums or whatever, but that was that true interlude that I love to hear, like, rappers bar out like that. That to say, I'm gonna give it a 4. Tone, what say ye?
Oh man, this was my favorite track so far. Even though it was the interlude, it was short. I'm a fan of brevity and like less. And I don't know why artists always do this, man. It'd be like an interlude or like a little small piece. You'd be like, man, I want to hear more of that.
Yeah.
And, he did it to us again, and but it was my favorite track so far, and I do feel like I got Sonic blue balls in a sense, because the beat didn't never drop. It was like, yo, man, I feel like it's building up to some type of drop that never happened, but it was still dope. His flow is crazy on this one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, this right here, this is my favorite track so far. I'm giving it a 4.5, and I appreciate that he put the little talking part at the end.
Yes.
I can just skip it and go on to the next.
Yes. Because it would have been Skip City had it been at the first. Like, if we had to listen to that going into the track, bro.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. Cut it out. What was I finna say? Damn, it was something about the build-up. I know a lot of people were waiting for that build-up, but I mean, I like the track when it doesn't have to do all of that, because like don't get me wrong, like Dreams and Nightmares, that opening when Meek is going off, when that hold up, wait a minute, when that beat switch, it does get you hyped, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you, the beat takes more credit, I feel like, for you getting hyped, right?
I agree.
But with this, like, I felt myself building the hypeness off of it but it had to be directly connected to the lyrics because the beat stayed the same. So when somebody's lyrics can get me that pumped up, like I say, like I feel like this would be something that I would work out to, like going hard. Because when he started rapping like that and going hard, I felt like yeah, this is something I could, like I'm getting, my arms are getting wobbly, and I feel like I can't knock these last 5 push-ups out. I'm like, he going so hard, I gotta bang it out. So that's what I appreciate about that.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that to hear. He was the beat drop.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I agree with that 100%. Yep.
Okay. Well, we're moving on to this next track, guys. This one's called Growing Up / Mother God. And we're going to get started on this joke in 3, 2, 1.
Bars.
Started with Love Like Serena. That's a tennis reference for you fuck niggas, okay? When you first start your match of tennis, it's love all. Everybody has love, okay?
Love.
Yo.
40 love.
Yo.
Couldn't cut her loose if I had scissors. This love galore. Come on, wordplay.
Bro, when he was talking to Guy, bro, the conversation. Bro, that conversation was amazing, dog. Like, that was amazing. I like that one, dog. It was so many things that I liked about it. I can't remember them all right now, but I definitely loved how it was very conversational. Like, it was like a real conversation. I went to God and he was like, my bad for cuz, like, nigga, don't you know what it is? I told you niggas to come to me as you is. Like, that was real. And the fact that he made God a woman, because I was like, yo, God, I always feel like God is a woman. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because most men don't pay attention to detail, right? For God to create eyebrows, to catch sweat coming down your forehead, to keep it from going to your eyes, to have the wherewithal to be that detailed. God a woman. God gotta be a woman. That's attention to detail. Like, these big-head ass niggas gonna be sweating. Yep. Let me give them a little ledge just to give them.
Yeah, they're gonna be out there working, bugs gonna be flying up. Let me add some eyelashes for the protection for the eyeballs. It's just all kind of, everything has a purpose.
Somebody in the crowd, a couple of people are saying that he dissed Nas. He didn't diss Nas. He said it was a reference to J. Cole's song "Let Nas Down." He's like, I hope I don't let Nas down, but I'm not really worried about the nigga because I still got niggas that's down. Like I can't worry about letting Nas down because I still got niggas that I gotta help up before I can worry about, you know, who above me is worried about what I'm doing. So I don't think that was a diss to Nas. I think if you took that as that, you might be reaching just a little bit.
For the beef. I really like that track, man. It just felt good. It felt good. Mm-hmm. I really like the chorus a lot because I can still hear it. I'm just like, yo, that was a good chorus. And, you know, I'm all about, I love the conversation with God. And then when he got personal.
Tony.
Same tone. Absolute same, man. When he got personal.
Tone, you need to get personal with your internet provider, bro.
Join Spectrum, man. Go to spectrum.com/Kev on stage and see what we can do for you, man.
I'm sick of your internet, Tone.
You're back.
Man.
Get you a hotspot or something. Your internet. Now, what were you saying? You said it got after God. You said it got personal after the God reference. What you say?
It got personal. I love personal raps, like when they're talking about the family and stuff like that. It put me in the mind of Family Business that Kanye had on his first album. And I just like stuff like that. So I was like, I'm feeling this track.
Yeah, that's what's up. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, man.
I was like
he didn't read it yet. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm leaning towards like a 4.5 for that one.
I'm going to give this one a 4.5, and I'm going to tell you why. I was nervous with the switch up, man. I've been nervous about his switch ups, timing wise and whatnot. But when this took, especially with Mother God, I was like, all right, what's he going to talk about? But the direction this went, his storytelling ability at his point in his career already is crazy in terms of like what type of potential could be forecasted for like his next work and whatever. But I feel like there was so much packed into this one song. This is a song that I would listen to a few more times just so I can like try and catch everything. Cause I mean, you guys mentioned some stuff that I didn't catch the first time too. But I really enjoyed how he didn't try and he never tries to overflex the pen, you know, like he definitely gets some wordplay off, but he still doesn't let that overshadow his storytelling ability. And I really enjoy that about him. 4.5.
I will give it a 4.5 too, man. That's what I was leaning toward from the beginning was a 4.5. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I've enjoyed this album. We got one more song before we have to rate it overall, but I know like people might be like, man, y'all hitting them kind of hard. It's like, yo, man, we are real fans of this. And I'm a fan of DeANT. You know what I'm saying? Even before this record, for this album, I was a fan of him. And because I'm a fan of him, I'm like, yeah, I want to hold him to a hard standard because like that's how you get better. That's how you grow for him. So, but I'm gonna give the album a fair rating. I promise you that. But I'm really looking forward to reviewing it again and listen to this last track. This track seems to be the longest, it's 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, we're gonna see what's going on with it. So let's go ahead and get it started in 3, 2, 1. All right.
Bars.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I like the first half. I mean, I like both tracks. I mean, both halves of the tracks. Really like the first half of the track. And what he did on that chorus is what I felt like he could have did something like on Circles. Like how he like kind of implanted the sample in there. Like even if on Circles he had did like you got me going in and like did something like that. But that's what I was wanting for Circles. I think that first half of that track was beautiful. Like just to start off the track, like I ain't perfect, but my sister think I'm the shit. I was like, yeah, yeah, talk that shit, King. Talk that, brother. Come on, Black King. I liked it, bro. I was rocking with that all day long. So yeah. And then the second half of the song was cool. I think it was like a good way to flex and go out on the track on a high note. You know what I'm saying? To let you know that he could do both. He could do the lyrical. He can also do the hood music. You know what I'm saying? So I would give that one I get it a 4. I get that one a 4.
I'm gonna go with. I liked it. It was cool, and I did like the beat switch up. I'm gonna go with a 3.5 because even though I was like, yeah, I like this right here. I don't feel like I'm gonna come back to it. I feel like it was just a solid wrap up for all the proceedings, and he was rapping on there too.
He was rapping his ass off, Tony.
Yeah, he was rapping.
Rapping his ass off.
It's like, all right, you know, I can tell that I'm not gonna gravitate towards it again. It doesn't have the potential for growth. 3.5, you know what I'm saying? But like, there were a few more tracks on this album. I'm like, I'm coming back to that one. Like, yeah, I'll see you again soon. But this one didn't. This one didn't give me that. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back.
It didn't give you that
5. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Just looking at Spotify like, I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Okay. What you got, Josh?
I'm gonna give it a 4, man. I wonder if it's a pattern, if he just really likes doing these large bodies of songs, you know, especially in this climate. I feel like a lot of people will just do verse and a hook, move on to the next song, you know, or like hook verse hook. Like a lot of songs now you see are like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, but these are like full complete songs. A lot of them have switch ups in it too. I enjoyed it. You know, I love how he did they tweaked his voice a lot in the sense of like whether it's demons he's hearing in his head or just like to kind of give it that vibe. And you definitely hear that influence from like, I mean, I saw a lot in the comments too, like, oh, he sounds like Kendrick. Kendrick does that too, you know, sounds like Cole. I think it's okay when artists are just getting going. Not saying that this is his first project ever, because he's been doing music for years, but I think early on there's nothing wrong with having your influence heard through your music. I think that's a good thing, because I feel like you're trying to not necessarily just mimic or copy and paste, but you're like trying to emulate the greats, you know, without it sounding completely like a cookie cutter flow. But is that being the sign off record, that little outro, not little, it was a long song, but I enjoyed it, man. I'm gonna give that one a 4.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the same. I'm gonna give that one a 4 as well. I already kind of gave my piece on it, but I think it was good. I honestly feel like somebody just said it in Ash Pass, just said it in Young Ash said it in the comments that it could have been 2 songs with heavy rotation, and I think that's a good point. Like if that song was split in 2 and those songs were put at different parts of the album, I think that could have been a good lead into the Ratchet song, the second part of that song, like because you had already brought the tempo up and the beat up and kind of got out of minds and the mindset for something fast pace after that. But it was still a solid track. All in all, I think Deontay Hitchcock is a very solid artist. I think he has a lot of room for growth and a lot of potential in the game. I'm very interested in seeing new projects and also revisiting this projects and going back to some of the other stuff too. I really like it. So based on everything I've heard and the ratings of the songs, he generally stayed around 3 and 4 for me. So I'm gonna give the album a solid 3.5.
I'm gonna go the same. I'm gonna go just judged on my ratings. You know, there's a lot of 3s in there, 2, you know, a 4.5, a 4, you know, 3.5. But 3.5 is something I kept coming back to. So, and yeah, I'm gonna go with the 3.5 on my rating for the total album package, 3.5. And that's like a light 3.5. It could be like a 3.3. 3.5 is where I'm at with it.
I'm gonna stick with this unanimous decision that we've all come to. I'm gonna also give it a 3.5. Just I feel like it could have been a 4 had it had some
small tweaks, man.
Small tweaks. I feel like, I mean, to me, not that it is a complete throwaway record, but I forgot what it was called. I closed out the title, but
Circles,
like it didn't. To me, it didn't necessarily fit, but at the same time, like you're artist, you're experimenting.
Yeah,
I'm here for it, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 overall.
I'm gonna tell you what. If Circles had a better course and Flashback didn't have that switch up, it would have been a 4 for me. Like that, and like I could have did without Give Me Your Money. But even if he had Meg on there, if he had Meg Thee Stallion or Trina on there, even Kaya, like if he would have put Kaya on that, I was like, oh, okay, I understand. But just multiple, it sounded like multiple Kaya, like, give me your money, church, my hair, my nails, all of that. It was just like, it's too much.
Yeah.
But that just those two little switches right there would have been a solid 4 for me. Because I really enjoyed Flashbacks, the first part of it, and I really enjoyed the verses on Circles.
Yeah. They give me your money, man. Woo, man, they give me your money. I was like, and the women kept coming back in. They just kept coming. I was like, oh, they back again.
He was trying to push him out.
Yeah.
When it first came on, and they just opened up the door. Give me your money.
We
give me your money.
Y'all doing in here, man?
It's like, I'm gonna go home. I was listening to it, took my headphones off. I'm gonna go take a nap.
And he asked them to come, but then he was like, you know what? I shouldn't have asked y'all to come. Well, we in here. We on the track, nigga. We out here. Cue it up.
Yo, that was so funny. But all in all, man, I like Deontay Hitchcock, man. I definitely will replay the album. I got to be honest, man. Thanks to this show, like I've really been keeping albums in rotation because I went back to that Kalani a couple of times.
Oh man,
I'm gonna be honest with you, Josh. I've gone back to the Kalani more than I've gone back to Drake.
Me too. It's interesting, man. Because people were kind of like talking how this is like one of the few albums from Drake, or not a full album, mixtape, throwaway records, whatever. This is one of the first few projects where it's kind of like been with the times on. He's put it out and then it's just kind of moved forward, you know. So I'm really interested to see what he puts out next. That album piece that he's been working on that's coming next month. But yeah, I definitely, bro, I can't get past Toxic. Ty's, I don't know if I said this last time, but Ty's ability to complement a record as a feature without doing too much, I think he's one of the most underrated. I'll give him musicians because he plays instruments as well. I think he's one of the most underrated or underappreciated, I should say, because Ty's got his glory. But I think he's one of the most like underappreciated artists to what he can do minimally, but still bring a whole different life to the track. Like in Real Friends, that Kanye record. But even on Toxic, like he does his thing and just steps away. He didn't need a verse, you know, just some background vocals. But
all this love is toxic. Gets kissing and hugging.
Yeah, man.
That should go, bro.
Oh, it's crazy.
But, okay, so they say I'm mispronouncing her name. Is it Kaylani or Kalani? Kaylani?
It's Tahir. We already know you.
Yeah, that's kind of a given, guys. You just gotta you gotta I'm picking 1 in 10 now, you know.
The fact that Tahir even said Kalani, we probably talking about Adele. And he just fumbling the name.
You know, rolling in the deep, man. Hello. Am I right?
Yo, we gonna square up as soon as I see you, Tony. You coming late, you're talking shit, you're pointing out fumbles, you're petty. We're in a pandemic and you got number time but to be petty. Do better, sir.
Yo, I gotta take a listen. I haven't listened to her album. I did listen to the Drake album. I listened to it all the way through one time. Never went back. His content just bores me now, man. He wasn't talking about nothing.
Oh no, he's definitely just talking about AMGs in his house and
but
some daddy issues.
To that degree, I remember when one of the Plastic Cup boys, this comic, I think it was first couple of years of touring, and somebody was watching them and they was like, man, all he talk about is sex right now, like sex and drinking. And this other comic chimed in, was like, a lot of times artists talk about what they're going through. And we saw that with Wayne too. On that Wayne, it was kind of like that. Was it? What album was
Rebirth?
it?
You talking not the rock one, right?
Yeah, not the rock one. It might have been Rebirth. Might have been Rebirth.
Well, Rebirth was the rock. That was like wasn't that the rock one where he went?
Okay, maybe it was after the rock one. It might have been the album. It might have been a mixtape. But on every song, he was talking about fucking or getting head. Like every song, like just drinking, fucking, getting head. That's just like. Right. And I remember that conversation when I was listening to that Wayne album, and I was just like, man, that must really be all he's doing right now, because like it's in every single song. So for Drake, like if he's constantly talking about the AMGs and still having women problem and stuff like that, that might be still where he's at in his life. And I'm gonna be honest, like at 30, I didn't have it all figured out. Like I know, I was still doing maybe immature stuff or something not as immature as maybe other 30-year-olds, but I still didn't have it all figured out. So it's, we don't know what people's vices is. He might have just had more trouble with women. So
I'm just ready for him to come to another chapter in his life to where we can get some. Because it was just, I was just hearing the flow and the rap, and I was just like, all right, cool. And it just went in one ear and out the other. It was just like, none of the tracks made me, but I'm coming back to this one. I just never even came back.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just like, all right, there was nothing really, kept me around.
Yeah. So. Shout out to Felipe Banks. I think it was I Am Not a Human Being too. I think that was the project. Okay. And every song was like, it was like, we get it, nigga. You like head and lean and fucking, like every song. Like that was the chorus. The chorus was like, I like getting head and we at the same time. Then it goes right into the verse. I like getting head and pussy at the same. Like, man, I get it. 14 tracks of that. The same thing. It's like,
man, I didn't like Wayne's last album either.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? The Quarter 5?
The one that just came out a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm. The Funeral. I think it was called The Funeral.
Funeral, right?
Yeah. You know what? But it started out with so much potential. The first 2 tracks, it was like, okay, we got that old way back. And the third track, it was like,
what are you talking about?
Man.
4th track, and after the 4th track, it was Skip City. They got bus stops over there.
Skip peanut butter, man. Skippy peanut butter. Skip McDougal. Skip baby.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well, listen, man, thank y'all so much for watching. There's been another episode of the Best Silent Listening Party. If you just tuned in, we were reviewing Deontay Hitchcock's new album entitled Better. Came out this week. Again, if you guys want to do some research on these artists, I would always encourage you guys to check out their previous projects. And my favorite project from Deontay Hitchcock is So Much for Good Luck. See if I can pull it up real quick on here. But it is one of the best projects, in my opinion, from Deontay Hitchcock. So if you get a second, check that out. It's on all the streaming sites, so you shouldn't have a hard time finding it. And where's it at? Here it is right here. So this is how it looks right here. So Much for Good Luck, and you can't go wrong with that one. So check that one out, in my humble opinion. Anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here? Tony, you got anything coming up?
I was just going to say thanks for watching, guys. I always appreciate it. It was a good time in here, man. Thanks for coming, Tone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me, man. I love this.
Tone, if you don't mind, man, we might be looking to reach out to you for a couple more Fridays just to pull up, man.
Please do, man. You know me, I love music, so I'm all for it.
Okay, cool beans. Tone, your special is out right now. You also got the merch going. You want to tell everybody where they can catch everything?
They can watch my special in its entirety right now on my IGTV on my Instagram. And you just pay what you want. Just pay whatever you feel in your soul. All my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal info is on my page in the caption. So yeah, you can see the whole special. So pull up.
Cool. Tone, you might want to check out Linktree too. You can put your Linktree website.
Yeah, you know what? I normally have a Linktree, and I was just it's just been lately though. I be wanting people to focus on one thing, and so I just be, here's the exact link. Because once people see a list, they be like, "Oh, I can't find it."
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. I dig it. Josh, you got anything else before you get up out of here? Is he got another Joshy Guns mixtape?
We got a new episode of the Gonzi tapes coming out next week. Of some songs that I've compiled. I believe it's episode 4 that is available exclusively on KevOnStageStudios.com. It's our Patreon. If you got the 5, if you got whatever, man, come hang out. We got a bunch of exclusive content. I post one of those monthly, amongst a bunch of other live streams that we be doing weekly.
Okay.
Come hang out.
Josh, what's your IG somebody's asking for?
My IG is at Joshy Gonz, and it's at Joshy Gonz, JOSHYGONZ. Same with Twitter. Pretty much everything, man. I'll be on everything.
Solid. And y'all already know we got Word in His Heart this week coming up. We have CP on the episodes, a lot of good times. Got new episodes on the way. Thank you guys so much for supporting, whether it's buying merch, donating, or whatever it is, man. I just appreciate you guys supporting, and we're going to continue to pump out this content as long as y'all here to watch it. So we'll see you next week on another episode of Best Silent Listening Party. Peace.